This episode is brought to you by Google Chrome. You think you know a browser, but Gemini and Chrome? That's new. It can help you with practically anything on the web, like restoring a vintage motorcycle from a 50-page restoration blog, or finally break down that long article you've had open for weeks. Gemini and Chrome is here for it. Ready to make anything online make sense? There's no place like Chrome. Check responses, setup required, compatibility and availability varies, 18+.
Plan B is a backup birth control option that's there for you when things don't go according to plan. It specifically works after unprotected sex and before pregnancy occurs by temporarily delaying ovulation. Plan B is available nationwide at all major retailers and through delivery apps like DoorDash. No ID, prescription, or age requirement. It's the #1 OBGYN recommended brand of emergency contraception, and it won't impact your future fertility. That's freedom to be. Use as directed.
This episode is brought to you by Prime. Obsession is in session. And this summer, Prime Originals have everything you want. Steamy romances, irresistible love stories, and the book-to-screen favorites you've already read twice. Off Campus, Elle, Every Year After, The Love Hypothesis, Sterling Point, and more. Slow burns, second chances, chemistry you can feel through the screen. Your next obsession is waiting. Watch only on Prime.
Hey, I just Venmo'd you for rent.
Nice. Now I can instantly spend it whether I'm checking out online with Venmo or using a Venmo debit card.
Say more.
More exactly. Because the more you do with Venmo, the more you get. Like earning up to 5% cash back with Venmo Stash on a bundle of brands.
So, order more pizza.
The math demands it.
Get the Venmo debit card.
Venmo Stash bundle terms and exclusions apply. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms. Venmo checkout not available at all merchants. Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A.
This episode is brought to you by Starbucks.
That is fire.
Whoa, that's good.
This might be the drink of the summer.
Okay, I like this one too. I'm rocking with it, okay.
Try it for yourself. Starbucks Refreshers concentrates are coming home. Find them in the coffee aisle and make it yours.
Hey, what's up, fam? And welcome back again to Recap Kickback presents the Vampire Lestat recap. That's right. It's me, your host, Chappell, and I am back again to talk to you about another episode of the Vampire Lestat in our series where we have been talking about Interview with the Vampire all the way since episode 1. And with me, the vampire expert herself, or vampire enthusiast, depending on the day you catch her, the queen of all things and rice right now, I guess, is Mari Forth. Mari, welcome back.
Hey, we're back. I mean, this is one of my favorite things to cover with you for the listeners. So I'm so excited. This is great. We back.
We are. So for the listeners who are familiar with us, very familiar, you know, we're covering House of the Dragon, and every week Mari and I get to talk about that. But now we're doing double duty covering the Vampire Lestat, and I'm so excited that we decided to do this. I know I had to beg, borrow, and steal to get Mari to talk to me about Interview with the Vampire, but it was such a good idea. The show is so good right now, and this most recent episode, some weird shit is happening, and I definitely need Mari to talk about it with me, because then we all need to exhale as a family. And I think that is what this podcast is becoming for me. It's like I just need to decompress after these episodes of Interview with the Vampire. And so we're going to talk about all of that and more. But first, thank you all for listening, for joining us here on YouTube. If you're here on YouTube, of course, youtube.com/@recapkickback. Or if you're listening on your podcatcher of choice, recapkickback.com/subscribe can subscribe you to the podcast so you can listen to Recap Kickback on the go. That said, we also have some other things coming your way. Me and Chantel are still covering our Flavor of Love Cinematic Universe rewatch. We've done the first 4 series in that Flavor of Love content, but now we're up to VH1's Charm School. And so not Charm School, we just finished VH1's Charm School. We're up to VH1's Rock of Love. And so if you are a fan of Rock of Love and watch that show, make sure you check us out on Sundays. Chantel and I should be covering the premiere, and then of course the entire series as we make our way through all the way up to the finale of Rock of Love, and then the next iteration of Flavor of Love, whatever that may be. tune in. Chantel's not spoiled. I am very spoiled, and we're having a great time talking about it. So come get spoiled with us. Mari, I heard you've been making cups in the lab. You've been working.
Yeah, I've been cooking. I've been chefing up. I had to bring on a Vampire Lestat cup. Look at this. Y'all. It is
and it looks like blood.
It's a 16-ounce Vampire Lestat cup. That's like, it's a blood drip cup. See that?
Oh, that's so cool.
I assure you, it is red and it looks bloody, and it is available at my shop. You can go to maricraftstoomuch.bigcartel.com and get your Vampire Lestat cup. I've already had a few orders for these. Again, thank you guys so much for supporting me and getting your cups, your merch from me. But Chappell, I was at a craft show, hawking my wares, and the funniest thing, I was like, I go to this craft fair. I make specific stuff for this craft fair that's kind of outside of my realm of the books. And still, the best selling cups are heated rivalry cups. I don't know. Still. And it told me, stick with the one who brought you to the dance. So if you guys don't know, because we talk about my House of the Dragon cups, we talk about my Vampire Lestat cups, but in case you didn't know, this all started with heated rivalry. I was making heated rivalry cups for my friends, like my IRLs. I put them on the interwebs, on Blue Sky specifically, and a whole bunch of people were like, girl, if you sell that, I will buy it. And I was like, well, let me sell it. And I sold it, and they were not lying. They bought it. I started off just doing heated rivalry cups and have expanded to all book related type cups, book/TV series. So just in case our listeners don't know, I don't just make Lestat and Game of Thrones, but you can also get heated rivalry. You can get anything on a cup. I can put anything on a cup. Like I do custom cups for people where I put like pet pics on there, child pics on there. So yeah, it's been so fun. It's been a great creative outlet for me. So again, thank you guys for supporting me. And Recap Kickback listeners will get a free gift if they get a cup. Just put in the notes that you listen to Recap Kickback and you'll get a free gift.
Tell them who sent you. And Mari gonna hook you up. Mari, it's so cool. I'm very happy about your little store or whatever. Very much supporting your brand, and I'm really hoping that you make a ton more books. Put this lady to work. Make her make more cups. And we can bring in some money. Support the Recap Kickback as a whole. Yeah, good start here. Of course, if you do want to support us, the best way to do that is to subscribe and to share it with your friends, because the Vampire Lestat coverage is picking up steam. We started off, this building, this kind of like the fan base watching it with us, but now I starting to see we're getting some more views here. So keep sharing it and letting people know that you found us and you're enjoying our content of Interview with the Black Ass Vampire. Mari.
Yes, the best way to support that is free is by leaving a like on the YouTube, sharing with your friends, leaving us hype points on YouTube, leaving comments on YouTube. You guys have been showing out in the comments on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. Like for real. And leaving us reviews wherever you listen to your podcast. That's free 99. So we appreciate that too.
Yes, exactly. And so let's get into the headlines from this episode, because a lot is going on here. Mari, your tagline on the YouTube video, for the people who cannot see it, says, "Ill Daddy Lou." And Mari, I cannot agree more. It's times like this when I want to slap Louis. I just want to put hand to the face on this vampire. I get it. Daniel Malloy slapped him, and I'm like, I understand, because what is wrong with this man? He'll do anything but go to therapy.
Anything. And I'm so mad because at first I was like, oh, he just wants the closeness. He just wants the nearness. Yes. And then as the episode got more and more long, I was like, oh, now. It's so funny. I almost wish it was a sex thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Almost.
here, all work, sex work is valid to us. That's fine. And like, it was like the moment he was like, "Oh, you got an OnlyFans," and now we're doing basically the girlfriend experience, but like the sister experience. Like that last conversation with them when he was like, "Oh," and they were going back and forth about money. I was like, "Huh?" And then she was like, $100,000. I was like, "Okay." And then she said, times 5. I was like, "Okay, half a milli. All right, what are we agreeing to here?" And then when she dropped the accent and said, "What do we do now, Daddy Lou?" I wanted to punch everything in the room. I said, "Yuck! Yuck! Like, what are we doing? This is I'm not mad at her. Get your money.
Yeah, get your paper. Get your paper." Mari, I kind of agree with you that I really wish it was more. Like if it was sexual, I think it would be like less weird in a crazy way.
Yeah,
it's still weird, but also like
weird.
Right, like those kinks are heard of, right? Like, okay, fine, like some role play type stuff. But Louis cannot move forward in his grief so much that he's now found the closest thing to a Claudia lookalike and decide to pay her to just pretend to be her, I guess, for eternity. Is this just her job forever? Because $500,000 is a ton of money. That's not something you're going to do for a week.
Man.
She just can't call him Daddy Lou anymore. That's all. Mari, I'm sorry. She just can't call him. Just don't call him that, and I think we were okay.
Period. And then the accent, because so that was another thing. Like for me, when they were first talking and her accent, I was like, "This is so cute." I don't know if is that actress's regular accent by any chance? Do you know that?
I don't think it's as strong. I think like when Louis was trying to name it, he was trying to figure out where she was from. I think she is putting on an accent, but I definitely think that I believe she is British at the very least.
Delaney something.
Delaney Danes or something.
Yeah, I love that. Like for me, the fact that she wasn't Claudia was the best part of it, kind of. You know what I'm saying? It was like that's what I thought. Like, because me, I'm still grieving the loss of Claudia as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so just being in Regina's presence and her being so, I loved her accent. I love how feisty she was. I like how she was pushing back on him, and she gave me another character. Like I was like, I wasn't looking at her like this is Claudia. I was looking at her as like, this is Regina, and she's trying to figure out what this man is doing in her job every other night. And then she finds out he's rich. And then when she asked him, she's like, "I'm asking." I was like, just tell her. Like she clocked it. She's like, "Oh, I'm like your dead sister." Like she clocked it. Just say, "Yes, you remind me of my dead sister, and I love being in your presence." Why did you have to make it weird, Louis? Why did you have to make it weird? Why did you have to make it weird? Like why?
Yeah. Her name is Delaney Hales, and yeah, she is British. And I'm with you. I was fine with, okay, Louis needs this to cope. Whatever. He thought killing Killer?
Bruce.
Is that what Bruce? Yeah.
Killer / Bruce. Mm-hmm.
He thought killing Killer would work. It didn't feel that hole that he needed, right? We find that's a trope in most media and probably in life, is that like you think revenge is going to be the thing to make you whole. And it's not. It's just not. It doesn't work like that. And so the new thing that he's found is that he needs to be around Claudia. He needs to be able to wean. I guess, I don't know. I thought he was trying to wean himself off of it or something, like off of that attachment. Mm-hmm. But it just seems like, no, like he's addicted. He's still addicted. And I was with him until he told her that he was a vampire. Sir, you could have just said,
"Thank you.
You remind me of my dead sister. And I would love to just spend time with you. Can I just come here and watch you interact, you talk, have conversation, just like older gentlemen, sometimes they pay for companionship. They're not looking for, the touchy-feely all the time. Sometimes they just want somebody to talk to. Louis, you're super rich. That's probably not abnormal at all. What is abnormal is go read this vampire book and then come back and tell me what you think about it. This lady was missing shifts because she was terrified. She thought he was going to eat her.
Exactly. Like why did you do that? The moment he said, read this book, I was like, huh? I legit was like, what? Why? And missing shifts. And then the next conversation, she's like, that same thing. I'm like, are you trying to turn me? Like, what?
Right.
And that whole conversation was weird because he was like, oh yeah, and then I stalked you and I see you need money. Like, I don't. So he's offering her $500,000 on the scenes from next episode. We know that we'll figure out more what the dynamic is going to be. So I don't know if it's going to be about the dark gift or not. You know what I'm saying? But
I said, I hadn't even considered that he was going to try to make her a vampire again. You know, like
really?
I
You
thought.
didn't think about that?
Well, because my thought was, we saw how bad that went the first time, right? And don't get me wrong.
Well, look at Louis.
It's a different, but don't get me wrong. It's different circumstances, right? She's not a child this time around. So maybe there's like a level of optimism that comes with like, no, this time it'll work because this time, you know, you don't have to worry about those things. You won't slip into madness because you're grown, you know? But why can't you just be her friend? Like, what is wrong? What's wrong with you?
Exactly. Why did you have to do this? So that was I was thinking. I was like, I don't know if he's going to offer her the dark gift, or if kind of like that doctor guy. That doctor guy is not a vampire, right? Dr. Farad. Right. Or kind of what they thought Rashid was, okay, you know, Renfields, you know, like human servants of vampires who are companions for vampires. Depending on the vampire's power, they can kind of slow the aging of their Renfield, and there's a there's a bond there with the Renfield and the vampire, but technically Renfields are still human-ish. They're not vampires. So shout out to What We Do in the Shadows. So that could be the thing. That could be but I just don't understand. I was like, the role like what
that what you want me to put on a yellow dress and sit in your lap? I said, ma'am,
please
that
would make me less uncomfortable in this moment.
This is bad. No, listen, I'm joking when I say less uncomfortable. I would be uncomfortable the moment Louis decided to cross the boundary to anything other than let me sit here and watch you work. I was like, Louis,
exactly.
none of this. The doctor's name is Fareed. I think that was his name. Yeah. Mari, this is not even the worst pairing that we're going to talk about in this episode, because I see this and I am disgusted, but it gets worse. I think all the relationships in this episode, burn them with fire, cut them up, chop their heads off, bury the body, incinerate some of it. Like, Mari,
you're learning.
This is so weird.
Yeah, I love that through line though. This whole episode is a through line of relationships, like parental / maker thread of like relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like it's family ties, I guess, weird family ties type relationship through line.
Very, very weird. Very weird. Thomas Pitt has found his way to this diner, and this is what he's going to do. And so, in the future, we're going to be seeing the relationship between him and Regina, formerly known as Claudia. As a Justice for Claudia person myself, I was very happy that we got Delaney Hales back. But
I know,
I'm kind of like, but not like this. Not like this.
But not like this. Exactly. At what cost?
But at what cost? This was bad. Louis, a wild boy, man. We knew he was damaged, right? We knew he was traumatized. But it's like the order of events that brought us here, right? Like, the way Claudia even became a vampire, all of this just has like spiraled out of control, right? It was Louis and his battle, like the racial issues he was having in New Orleans that led to him in this colors only, no whites allowed sign, and then they destroyed the city, and then we signed a little girl, and we could have just took her to the hospital, but no, Louis trying to put a band-aid on this relationship with Lestat and trying to save this damn marriage with a baby that he should not be turning. We find out Lestat told him not to do it. We shouldn't do this. And Louis still wanted to do it. And now Louis can't even function without finding a stand-in to be that person. That same person who tried to fill that hole in the relationship with Lestat is now having to fill the hole that she's left in the relationship with Louis. It's crazy. I want Regina to get far away from this. Yeah, go see the lady. Go see the lady. Also, Regina, all money ain't good money. All money is not good money. I understand how it is to be broke. I get it. Capitalism sucks. But dear God, this man just told you he a vampire. He just told you he a vampire, Mari.
But $500,000, and all I got to do is put on a New Orleans accent.
No, that's what you think. All you got to do is get on a New Orleans accent. What happens, Mari, when you're ready to leave? Do you think the vampire gonna be like, you can go? You selling your life away for $500,000. At least go to $1 million.
Now, if you want to give me the dark gift, we got to negotiate that.
We got to talk, okay? You got to set my family up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's not something you could take lightly. And that's why I was like, look, I get it. I understand. She broke. Felt that. But $500,000 to come be whatever he wants you to be, essentially, or else, because what are you gonna do? How are you gonna stop him?
Again, sugar babies and the girlfriend experience exists. So yeah, this is in that realm.
It is, but the supernatural version of that realm.
I
guess we gotta talk about Lestat, of course. Another episode really exploring Lestat and his relationship with his mom. We see Lestat really struggling because Gabriella has left his side. She's nowhere to be found. He's texting throughout, really just trying to get her to come back. He's very much just yearning for her, yet like begging for her. She's like, yeah, I'll come back. She's clearly not taking this man seriously. He's like, yeah, I'm just getting a wax. I'll be over there when I feel like it. I'll catch you in Albany. It gets to the point where he's at his wit's end before she finally shows up to reveal her master plan. But throughout, it looks like Lestat on the road is like supposed to be living this rock star lifestyle, but he's so preoccupied with what Gabriella / Sophia is doing that he can't even function.
Yeah. The cutscenes of like the band is now all in it. They're living up the rock star life. There's cocaine everywhere. I still want to know who that black girl is. She's T. Oh my God. But like they're doing cocaine off each other. The new guitarist is kind of funny. Like the bigger dude, the one who replaced and Adam Alex. Yes. And this part was kind of interesting because when I watch this show, I have to pay so close attention. Lestat be using so many words. We say it every week, but he just be using them words, don't he?
For no reason.
Words they be flying, and like he's spiraling, and he wants her there, and you could just see everybody else trying to like. Daniel's in his reporter mode, his journalist mode, and Lestat's like, I don't care. Where's my mother? Like, you know what I'm saying? The band is happy. Alex's brother is on the phone with him, trying to get him to come back. You could tell that Lestat is kind of checking up on that situation. But it just feels like Lestat has like a lot going on, and her not being there is what is really like front and center for him.
Yeah, the band is trending right now. Well, we find out that it might be bots. They might be buying streams. The Talamasca might be bankrolling this, but they are trending. They are getting popular. But the tour is kind of coming to an end. He says he's got less stops in front of him than it does behind him. And so he's very much like, all right, well, at least I got Sophia/Gabriella. She's around. So she's going to occupy his time while the band is doing band stuff, doing cocaine, doing all the drugs. I like when they got pulled over by the cop and Lestat tells them, like, we're a band. We need cocaine to do our jobs well. I was like, I wish he wasn't wrong. But he's not lying. And so, he's got a lot to juggle with the band. But his most recent shenanigans, using the cloud gift to levitate during that last performance, has brought more attention to him from the fans, because he's leaning into this idea that I'm a vampire, right? Question mark, wink, wink. And the fans are in on it. Like, the fans are like, hey, this is AI. It could be deepfake technology. This is CGI, whatever. We know he's not really flying. But there's of course, the portion of the fandom that's like, no, maybe he is. And because we really love vampires. We love vampires. And you know who loves the Vampire Lestat even more than the fans that love vampires? Sounds like the vampires do. Mari, there are voices that we hear throughout this series. We started hearing them, I think, at the end of season 2, when Louis first has to call out to them and be like, hey, if y'all want some, come get some. We saw that once the book was released. We saw at the beginning of this season, the vampires were whispering, and they didn't sound happy about Lestat and him doing his music and revealing himself in front of all these people. But by the end of this episode, Sophia/Gabriella will show him that, like, nah, some of these voices, they're kind of into it. They like that he's speaking their truth and he's empowering them and potentially leading to the great conversion, Mari.
Yeah. So that was what the interesting thing was, because we'll talk about Armand, but when Armand tells Daniel Malloy, like, Lestat is going to be the leader of the Great Convergence, I was like, how you figure that? Like, I was legit like, huh? I was like, that man looked like he don't wants
care
to make his subpar music, and and by the end, when that switch happened, I was like, oh no. Like, I was like, I get what he's saying. Lestat with a mission is dangerous, and with Sophia Gabrielle by his side, that is not. That's gonna spell doom for a lot of people, I think, and I can't wait. Like, do we know how many seasons, like, the Vampire Lestat is gonna be? Have they confirmed?
I actually don't know the answer to that question. I always assumed, and this is just me making a wild assumption with no basis, but I didn't think we were going to get too many seasons, because we only get 2 seasons of Interview with the Vampire. So I felt like we were just gonna, like, check in with Lestat on his little story, and then we were gonna go probably to I don't know, it's probably next, like, Queen of the Damned or something like that. It's probably after this, if I had to guess, just based on my limited knowledge of Anne Rice's works. But yeah, that's what I thought. But I mean, I haven't seen anything that said we weren't going to have a second season of the Vampire Lestat.
And that's my thinking here, because we're already halfway through the season, and Becoming hasn't happened. So, we're all waiting for Leah. Leah not here yet. So my thought process is, if we get a Leah on the last episode, then we can get another season. I don't know, but like you said, I don't know if that another season would be then, like, they then rename it Queen of the Damned, or it's just Vampire Lestat season 2. Maybe I don't want to promise people that I'm gonna read books, because I have a lot going on, but I might think about doing that. I'm really enjoying this show without knowing. I'm really enjoying not knowing what's coming up, so I won't do that. I'm not gonna make that promise, because I love this series, so I don't kind of want to mess it up for me by having knowledge of it. But I'm so interested, because the assassination attempt, like, that this has always happened when you have assassination attempts, they become martyrs, and then the thing that the crazy man was trying to avoid, now you might have put it into the woodwork. And the funny thing too was during that monologue of the band and the travel kind of montage, I said monologue and montage because it was both, he said somewhere on the Eastern Seaboard a manifesto was uploading, and I was like, I caught it when he said it. I was like, what is he talking about? Like, it was just one of those moments where I was like, he just saying things. He just be saying things. And then when it came back at the end, I was like, oh my God, this show is so good.
Yeah, the show is like a puzzle. And every time you think the puzzle is complete, they show you that it was smaller pieces to a bigger puzzle that you didn't know that you needed to know. And now you got to go back and look at the puzzle you already completed and be like, damn, I made the wrong picture with this puzzle. I didn't quite get the puzzle. Like, you thought your puzzle was right, but if you flip it over, the puzzle is different, and now you got to start over. And that's really what my experience has been too, because I definitely had that same thought of, do I need to read this? Do I need to just go ahead and read? Because I need the pieces of the puzzle quicker. You know, I'm tired of like being blindsided by stuff in the show that makes me really want to go back and relive and kind of recontextualize some of the stuff that I've already seen. Like, I know you've probably had this experience too, where you're like, do I need to go back and watch this episode from season 1 or 2 before I can really like talk about this episode in season 3?
Yep. It feels like every time I'm like, what do I need to be revisiting? Because I like, it's all there, like it's all in front of you, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to know.
Yeah. So of course we talked about this, and you brought it up last time. I think we talked, or maybe the 2 episodes ago, that the Great Conversion actually sounds a little absurd, right? The idea that these vampires are about to turn all the people into vampires, because then, of course, what are they going to eat? Vampires can't eat each other, so they need people to feed off of. But it looks like, yeah, that was explored in this episode too. It was like, yeah, we can't convert everybody, but it does look like the vampires are going to try. Like, there's like, all right, well, maybe they're not going to convert everybody, but it does look like there's a push for them to come out of the darkness and to start living their life out loud as vampires, as the powerful beings they are. And it seems like this conversion is led by none other than Gabriella. And she's been planting this seed for a very long time. Something I didn't expect, Mari, is that Gabriella has been manipulating Lestat his entire life and hers since he was a child. She's been manipulating him, and now here it is, present day, in the after-ish life, and she's still like the one person who can always get Lestat to do what she wants him to do. And so we got to see the flashbacks of what that looked like when she first dropped this on him, and we also got to see the flashback of how their physical relationship started as well. And I bring that up to say there's a lot of Lestat that looks like what we've seen from Gabriella. Like, they're almost mirror images of themselves to me in a lot of ways. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Going back, yeah, I mean, it's the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? So we've been talking about how they've been slowly revealing Lestat's like background this whole series, and going back to right after their turn, then they're like, we can do anything, like we got this, we're together. And that first portion of like, you can just see Lestat as like a boy who's like just so happy that his mother's there with him again, because they had always been so close. And you could tell they go back to Italy. Looks like they go back to her like home stomping grounds, and you know, somebody recognizes her a little bit, and you know, and you could feel this pull, this tension between them, and they finally seal their physical relationship, which was weird. And then I couldn't tell if after that, if it was like Gabrielle, I don't think she felt uncomfortable about the physical relationship. I think what she wanted is to escape. Like, Lestat told us in the first episode that one of the coolest things, I guess is the word, I don't know if that's right, what word is, like most vampires, when they have the dark gift, you know, they live for eons, but all of the people who knew them as humans are dead, right? In this situation, his mom, who knew him as a human because she birthed him, he turns her, they're together, and that's great for him, but as a mother myself, it's like, damn, can I get 20 minutes? Like, can I just go to the potty by myself? Like, like, can I use the bathroom without somebody busting in the door for 20 minutes? And I think it was kind of like that. It was like, yes, this is great. We are now vampires and we can do this stuff together. But it's also like, I want to go somewhere where nobody knows me. I want to go somewhere where nobody knows me. I can do whatever I want to. I can become who I want to. I can put on this face. I don't have to worry about my son. You know what I'm saying? Son, lover, master, whatever.
Fledgling, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, she's the fledgling. So
yeah.
So maker, I should have said. I understand it. I get it. But that abandonment, it's gonna do a number on said son, and like he said, she would leave and come back, and they'd be cool, and then she'd leave for another century. You know, each century she would check in on him. You know, and this is where this episode we see that really messed him up.
She told him that she was going to do this. When he is wounded from the 8 wolves and she's rubbing his wounds and all that kind of stuff and getting really freaky, getting nasty, she's telling him, I just want to be free. I want to go frolic out in the fields and let everybody have sex with me. Well, she can't do that if she's worried about Lestat. I mean, in this very episode, we see her in Italy. She sneaks off to go have sex with the man who kind of looks like the white Jesus. And when they go do that, Lestat hears her. He overhears her having sex, and he like, hell no. He busts in the door. You know, if in a normal situation, you hear your parents having sex, you run the other way, right? You cover your ears, you try to kill yourself. But he comes in like, hey, what's going on? They kill the fake white Jesus, and then he tells her, yeah, that pissed me off. It made me mad when I heard you having sex with somebody else. And her response is, I love you. That lady love bombed him so fast when she saw that he was physically attracted to her. And next thing you know, they are intimate. And then we see eventually she's promising him the world. We're going to be monarchs. We're going to run this thing together. The great conversion is coming. She even paints the little blood ring on him. Like, yeah, like it's us, me, you, the king and queen. She's selling him a dream. He wakes up and she's gone. And so he's longing for that moment to come back. And he's looking for it. And he's waiting. When she comes back, it sucks him right back in. At first, he's like, oh, you're coming? Oh, okay, crazy, cool. But now she leaves again, and he's begging for her to come back. And when she comes back, she's like, oh, yeah, I'm back. But, you know, you really need to go do something for mommy. You know, she doesn't come back without strings. This time around, she comes back because, oh, your music is calling out to the vampires, and they like it. And you're about to quit because you got shot, sir. No, you about to fire this band back around. You're going to turn this bus around and go back to making vampire music because I got an agenda. The great conversion is happening. And like I say, she's been doing this to him his entire life. So, you know, even with the wolves, Mari, she never said, Lestat, go kill the wolves. What she said was, somebody be a man. Somebody be a man and go do something. And he said, I got you, mama. And he ran out to go do it. She knew he might die. And she still threw that breadcrumb out there just enough for him to go and follow it. And here she is doing it again. The man's already being shot at. She knows that he's breaking all the great laws, that there are vampires that are mad about it. We'll get to Armand in a little bit. And she's still sending him on this mission because she has bigger fish to fry. So, you know, he tells us that Nikki was not his first love, but Mari, it's very clear who was.
His mom, right?
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
You got to get there. Okay. Yeah, you got there. You got there.
Yeah, I got there. Nikki's ghost showing up here was weird too.
Yeah.
Ghost Nikki. I was like, okay, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I wonder if it's like impressions. You know what I'm saying? Like vampire impressions left on each other. You know. I don't know
think
if that
Baby
makes
Jinx
sense.
said
Because
something about that too. Like, didn't she say something like the ghost of the past or something like that would come back? She said something to that effect in episode 1.
Yeah. Man, weird.
Gotta go back
Weird
and watch
now.
episode 1. Yeah.
I know.
So this completely just like it made me look at Lestat not differently, but I definitely feel like, dang, this is all he knows is he's been groomed and he's been manipulated so much that you go back and you look at his interactions with Louis, because he flags it up. He says, I'm not quite sure what she said that won me over, but I ended up turning the bus around. And he even quotes Louis' words from season 1, episode 1, where he says, "It's difficult to explain how his words disarm me, how efficiently succinct and impenetrable his argument was." That's the exact quote that Louis said about him. Yeah, in season 1. And he quotes that when he's talking about Gabriella, because again, I can't really remember what she said, but she said what I needed to hear to make that decision. Yep. And Louis said, "I completely forgot about all the barbaric stuff around, and for the first time I was seen." And that's what came to Lestat's mind when he was retelling the accounts of Gabriella. And so I just thought the show did this it was very well done. Because when it happened, I said, damn, I had never looked at her as manipulating him until this moment. And now it's so clear that she's the one in control.
Very, very that. She got him to give her the one thing that she wanted, her freedom and immortality. And she's leveraging all of it, like everything she have with him to get this great convergence done type thing. I'm really trying to just look up what the great convergence is, like their definition in this universe. I mean, we've said it in the series, but I just want to really see what it is. But
the Vampire Chronicles version of it.
right, yeah. Like, what is? Yeah, exactly. Because you'll be surprised how many like great conversions there are in like fantasy books. You know?
I'm sure it's a thing. I don't read a lot of fantasy, but I'm sure this is popular.
It is a thing, yeah. Like it's always that like the race that's been hiding it wants to take over. But that's another thing too. So she's saying that, there are vampires out there who want to come out of hiding. And a lot of the books that I've suggested here in the past, year or two that we've been covering this, that is always a main plot point, right? Because how long can basically predators, apex predators, we know that in the human world, the not preternatural world, humans are the apex predators. We are the dominant predators. When you mix in vampires are now the apex predators. And how long do you keep the apex predators from showing you that they are the apex predators? And that's like always one of the questions that every vampire series has to address, right? And you even think about it in Twilight, because I believe at one point the Volturi were trying to get Edward because he revealed that he like sparkles in the sun. It's all of these liws, and then the politics and the governance of vampires, and then in the world that is built, like whatever the fantasy world is, are the vampires in the daylight, so to speak. That's horrible, right? But are they known? So it's very interesting that we might be marching towards not only the great convergence, but the oh my god, there's so many like names for it, like the big reveal is not a name, but you know what I'm saying, like
the coming out, like,
yes, exactly. So I'm so excited to see like how all of this plays out.
Okay. Lestat is awoken from his slumber one night on the bus. It's empty, and the only person there is Armand. The vampire Armand is a part of this AA meeting. He's doing the 12-step program, Mari, and he's got to go and apologize to the people that he's wronged. I'm not quite sure what his addiction is. I have a theory about it, but you in order for you to go to AA meetings, you have to do 12 steps. You should be trying to shake something, right? The point is to find sobriety here. What do you think Armand is addicted to?
Dick.
He said
I mean, what?
Sex addiction is a thing. Not to make light of that. Sex addiction is a thing.
This episode is brought to you by Fox One. Watch all 104 matches of the FIFA World Cup live in 4K for just $19.99 a month with 3 days free. Build your own multi-view, choose up to 3 streams, and follow player spotlights. Stay on top of every moment with live stats, highlights, and instant replays. The FIFA World Cup, streaming live on Fox One. Offers are subject to change. See fox.com for complete terms and conditions.
Summer routines live or die by how easy they are. And honestly, if something takes too much effort, I'm out. That's why Groons is my go-to. It's my one daily pack of gummies covering my greens, vitamins, and minerals. Plus, it has 6 grams of prebiotic fiber, which is more than 2 cups of broccoli. No mixing powders, no giant pills, no hassle. I just rip open the pack and I'm done. They taste good and they make it easy to stay on top of my health, even when life gets busy. Save up to 52% with the code PODCAST at Groons.co. That's code PODCAST at GRUNS.co.
Yes, exactly. No, toxicness, toxic relationships, manipulating people, all of the above is his addictions. All of the above. Like, Armand, what is going on? You are walking around like a sad puppy, trying to do your 12 steps, apologizing to people who don't want to hear it. Man, stand up. Aren't you like 1,000 years old? Aren't you supposed to be the leader of a coven, or you were a leader of a coven? Like, you are older than all of these vampires combined, and you are just still a little simp here, kind of like, it's weird. But you know, we've been known that Armand is very submissive. I mean, that's the crux here with him and Daniel Malloy, right? Like, Daniel Malloy's pissed. Like, I asked you to give me the gift 26 and you stopped because Louis said no, and then your bitch ass gave it to me when I'm 70 and dying to spite Louis. I should kill you right now. Like, I would be mad too.
I know the interview with the vampire fans are so hype about this. These interactions between Daniel Malloy and Armand are about to become very important based on my limited knowledge of the Vampire Chronicles. Yeah. So are you familiar, Mari, with the term the devil's minion?
No.
So in my studies, when I was in college, we read a lot. I have an English degree, and when I was taking those English and communication classes, I studied some different like tropes and different like book theories and this, that, and other. And one of the ones I learned about was the devil's minion, and it comes from this Anne Rice story because. And fans of the show that have read the book have probably been screaming this at us since we've been talking about it, but we can get into it a little bit. We see Armand finally go to apologize to Daniel Malloy. Daniel Malloy is not happy. He was turned on a plane in Newark, of all places. You know, he's fed up. He doesn't got any cool stuff going on. And there's this weird thing that keeps happening where everybody disappears. He can hear them, but he can't see anything. But the only person that he has in common with this is Armand. He goes to confront Armand eventually out in the street, and he's like, stop making all the people disappear. Stop doing that. Armand's like, I'm not doing that. I can't even be in your head. I made you. And Lestat had kind of planted in Daniel Malloy's head, hey, you know, there's a world where Armand let you think that you got over on him. He is a vampire. And for you to be sitting across from him that entire time, you don't think he ever read your mind and knew that you were working alongside the Talamasca and there was maybe something like that you were trying to double deal and all this other stuff? Like, you don't think he was in on it? So Daniel asked Armand, what was going on there? What was that? And Armand's like, no, I promise I wasn't manipulating you in that moment. Daniel's like, you weren't manipulating me. He's like, no, I wasn't, because of love. And he's like, love, I'm a vampire too. Love don't make you lose your vampire gifts. He's like, nah, not love for Louis, love for someone else. Mari, the devil's minion is the concept of Daniel Malloy being who Armand has been in love with this entire time. And the show has been sprinkling hints and Easter eggs of this potentially being a thing since the beginning of the show. And so it is open to interpretation currently if this entire time Armand has been manipulating or forming a relationship, I should say, with Daniel Malloy. Not necessarily romantic at first glance, but a relationship where they have not been able to shake each other for years and years and years, going all the way back to San Francisco when Louis wanted to kill Daniel Malloy. Armand stopped him. And we also know he toyed with his memories. And so the question is, how many times has Daniel Malloy and Armand come in contact with each other? Because currently Armand is apologizing to Daniel Malloy, but by kind of hinting that he had a love interest that was somebody not named Louis. I think a lot of some of what I've seen people talk about online is that they think it is this devil's minion that Armand and Daniel Malloy are about to have a more intense relationship themselves. Thoughts?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a scientist, so I hated English. Secondly, that is crazy. Like, that is, oh my God, that's nuts and bananas. That sounds so cool because they did specifically bring up how, like, Alex comes back to the game, to the bus, and I was like, yeah, I met this dude, and he's a vampire. He does know that Armand's a vampire.
I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows. Yeah.
But he said he took my memories away, or like he made me forget stuff, and it made it easier. Mm-hmm. So what does he think he is? Like a hypnotherapist? Anyways, it was like, so like they seeded in, like, remember, Armand can mess with people's memories. And we do know back in season 2 that we know that he messes in Daniel's mind. That's a whole thing. That's a whole subplot of that whole thing. So, oh my God, if it comes to find out, like, the whole time Armand has been secretly in love with Daniel, or maybe not even secretly, like maybe they keep falling in love and then Armand keeps erasing it. Like, that is so interesting. That's interesting.
And it's not even necessarily romantic. It could just be the allure of each other. Because like I said, Armand is the reason Daniel was alive. Louis was going to eat him, and then if you think about the Interview with the Vampire season 1, Armand is there the entire time. He has no business being there season 1 at all. There's no point in him being in the room. He was Rashid at the moment, but what was he really doing aside from just hanging out? Nothing really. And then season 2, he comes in and talks. And like I said, some of the fan theories that I've been seeing online just about this episode, no spoilers, of course, is that a lot of the time that Daniel Malloy should have been talking to Louis, he was talking to Armand and really talking about the psychology of Armand. We saw Armand probing into Daniel's mind the entire time. Like he was like popping in and being like, the real scary kind of moments he was having. And Daniel was having these flashbacks and this, that, and other. And, so for Daniel to finally be turned after all this time by Armand, now they are joined, at least Maker and Fledgling. And so the show could go in that direction. Not to say that is going to happen, but I've been seeing rumblings that is something that we might have to explore. And then people, of course, are saying, and then if you go back and watch season 1 and 2, it's more apparent that their interaction is very personal as opposed to, him just being there and Daniel really focusing on Louis.
Dog, my mind is absolutely blown right now because Like, what if, because how do they even meet Daniel Malloy in the bar? Like, how do we, is that a chance encounter or?
I mean, I guess we got to keep watching to find out. But yeah, so that's why I went to look, because I was like, I feel like I know this storyline for something. And I said, oh, you know what? I read about this. And then I looked and I said, oh, people are in on this, you know? And like I said, I know very little about this franchise.
I just Googled it. Yeah, I just Googled it. And I'm like, I don't want
you can't read it.
I don't want to.
You can't read
it. I don't, because I don't want to
it.
spoil myself. But it seems so, that seems like stuff you get obsessed about. For sure. I
mean, if it's not Daniel, like let's say Armand is a liar in the same way that Lestat is and Louis is. He lies as well, but he's telling Daniel like, yeah, I did that that was happening out of love, but not for Louis. Well, who else was in the room?
Right. Yeah, I mean, and I think they want us to think the implication could be Lestat.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But and I think Lestat would love for us to believe that too, because you know he's always like, look at how Armand's obsessed with me, blah blah blah.
Blood shower. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But the moment between him and Daniel was very intense, and the show really has no reason to explore that unless there's something going to come from it.
That's some R plus L equals J type stuff. That's some good fan.
Except in this story, it looks like it's gonna matter.
Get her again.
Too soon.
Whack him
again. So for all the people who are familiar, just in the comments, thumbs up, thumbs down if if I'm onto something. You can't don't tell us, but just let us know if you in on the Devil's Minion or out on the Devil's Minion. Because this was so interesting. Because I kept trying to figure out, why is Armand here? What is his purpose? You know, why is he at AA meetings? What is going on? Daniel passively blames Armand for this. He goes, I won't even say passively. In this episode, he point blank told Armand, "You're the reason why I went through my addictions and all that kind of stuff that I was going through. Because you messed with me in San Francisco." You know, he talks about that as like one of the defining moments in his life, and he hates Armand for it. It would be crazy if those two are linked and more like like I said, less romantically and more like a dom sub kind of thing, you know? Yeah. So maybe he is addicted to manipulation.
I wonder because after San Francisco with Louis and Armand, what happened? Did they break up? Right. Did Louis and Armand break up after San Francisco?
Not to my knowledge. I think they've been together ever since then. The first sign of the breakup is, the one we saw.
Oh, Dubai. Yeah. Okay,
Dubai.
Okay. Right.
So just something to put on your radar.
Because I was just wondering, I was like, has Armand been leaving and seeing Daniel messing with his head, coming back, leaving while he's still with Louis? That's so interesting. Okay, all right.
And also a possibility, Yeah. So something to flag up, like we'll just call it a crazy theory right now, but something that like I was very tempted to go and read the books at this point. But I don't want to spoil myself because I am enjoying talking about this show with you. We didn't really talk about Armand and Lestat too much, but they do have their moment on the bus where Lestat is taking a blood bath, a blood shower. Mari, that was so cool. Coolest thing I've seen in Vampire TV.
It was cool. Made no sense. It's like,
none.
That's the equivalent of us like pouring gravy on ourselves and then washing it off. Like, why are you using your food today? It's like, I don't understand. Am I missing something here? Maybe. But it was so cool, so seductive because Lestat is like, okay, say your freaking apology, but also like Armand's also like trying not to look. It's like you looking.
He can't help it.
My favorite part, dog, that performance of Lestat like explaining, y'all remember this book? It was so, oh my god, Lestat is so so flamboyant, so peacocky. I love the mess out of him. He's like, we are the tribute band, Vampire Lestat. And he's like, but in the audience, follow my finger. Like it was, I was like, this was that in his element. I love the weird pigtails, the semi-Victorian makeup, and then him his diss record Big Boss. I was like, okay, so you got me again. Biggest Fan and Big Boss are like my two favorite songs so far. And his performance of that was just so good. I was like, Sam Reed, Lestat, you got it. You got it.
You'll always be famous. Yeah. Here's your baddie chain, Lestat.
Yeah.
The Big Boss was definitely a diss track. I like that we saw the conception of it on the bus. Salamander, I think his name was like, okay, I got an idea. What if we make a track about a bus? And like big bus driving down the street. And Lestat kind of like, there's some stuff in there I can work with. After his conversation with Armand, when Armand tells him, hey, stop making music, he says, you should come to the concert. I got the perfect, you know what? Come to the concert. Maybe you'll change your mind. And then does a diss track right to that man's face, basically being like, F you, I'm not going to stop making the music. And in fact, we're going to make the music about you. And just drags him to hell in a pop song, out of nowhere. He's good. He's good at what he does, man. I'm not going to lie to you. That he cooked Armand up. But again, Armand is frustrated because, he does recognize the great laws. He's a very old vampire. We never seen him waver from that. Obviously, that trial that Louis and Claudia and Dead Woman, they all kind of
Marie. I don't know. Yeah,
something French. They all went to that trial because they were breaking these laws, and so it makes total sense for Armand to be like, okay, I have to apologize, but you also need to chill. But he not gonna do it. And so Armand went and told Daniel, look, Lestat is becoming a problem. He's becoming a problem. The vampires this conversion is going to happen, and it's not feasible. This is not doable. It's not something we should be allowing to happen. We're all going to die because of it. And so he's trying to shut it down, but it doesn't look like it's going to work, especially with what you talked about and flagged up earlier. There's an assassination attempt on Lestat. His lawyer is shot. It looks like maybe a couple other people were shot, but Lestat also shot and survived. And so initially the rest of the band quits because, nobody wants to get shot at. But somehow,
say less.
Somehow, so Sophia talks to Lestat. Lestat turns the bus around, and it looks like moving forward, the band is going to be back together. So we had the breakup and the return of the two of the band all in the same episode, Mari.
All in the same episode, exactly. When the lawyer got shot, I was like, no.
Yeah, me too.
I think she's okay. I think Dr. Fareed got her together. Yeah. So it is, and it's like I see what the guy was doing. He's like, I'm shooting at him. This ain't gonna kill him. Let me tell you about
y'all
it.
Gonna see,
and
right? Y'all gonna see that it didn't kill him.
I don't know, but I'm glad the band is still together.
Me too.
Who's gonna let a silly assassination attempt stop them? I mean,
yeah.
Anyways.
I almost forgot to flag up when they were on the bus and the cop pulled them over. Because I try to now that when I watch the episodes, I gotta go and watch it again and see like if every scene makes like matters or moves the needle. Because I really couldn't figure out why they even included that. He's a cop. Erase his memory and move on. They all hiding the drugs and stuff like that. Like, what are we doing? Kill that man and move on. You're a vampire. Eat him. I don't know. Like, take the body cam, move on. But Lestat has a lot of control over the situation. He makes the cop sit down. The dog is obeying. He's telling the cop, this is cocaine and all this stuff. He's rubbing cocaine on the cop's face. Takes the bike. There's nothing he can do. After it's over, he sends the cop away. He's probably never going to remember this, or anything like that. But the people on the bus witnessed it. And he said, and this was the first time TC considered what it would be like to be a vampire. Now, I want to go. Yeah, well, I want to go back.
I was like, who is that?
TC is the woman drummer. And I want to go back to Magnus's long table speech. When we talked about this last episode, they were talking about all the people, right? And they said, like, well, I'm trying to find my quote. Oh, a very odd company at the long table. A hand, a finger, a drummer, a pimp, you, Mommy, and Claudia. And we speculated who the drummer could be. But it seems like the episode flagged up that TC is now thinking, at least, would it be cool to be a vampire? And so I want to know what you think about that.
Oh my God. I that's what I'm saying. I be listening to the stats. They say stuff and I'm like, well, who's that? And I just keep going. Like, I just be like, again, I just be like, he's just talking. He's just saying things. Oh my God. You called it, Chappell. Oh,
I did. Well, she was the only drummer I knew. And then when he said it this time, I was like, he did it. He did the thing. And so yeah. So I feel like TC gonna be a vampire. That's my like long shot theory now.
Yeah, great conversion incoming. Yeah, that was. I'm so upset about that, in a good way. Like I'm upset because I be clocking. I be clocking, and I'm like, huh? And I just keep going because that's how it is. That's how it is with people like Lestat. You just like, okay, girl.
Yeah. All right, whatever. Yeah, he's just talking. But that doesn't only mean that TC would be the drummer. It means she's also one of Lestat's fledglings. Everybody Magnus named is somebody that Lestat has had a hand in changing, whether it be Nikki, Antoinette, she's the finger, I'm assuming, Louis the pimp, Mommy, obviously Sophia/Gabriella, and then Claudia. So yeah, looks like he's got one more baby coming.
Wait, who's the baby? Who's the next
TC?
One?
This is next fledgling.
Oh yeah, okay,
yeah,
okay, yeah,
yeah.
Yep.
So that's my theory. Throwing it out there. But yeah, Mari, that's the episode. This episode was chock full of shit.
So the funny part about this episode, like the first 15, 20 minutes, I was like, this is not as good as the last few episodes. I was like, there's a lot going on, but it's not as good as the last few episodes. And then the last 15, 20 minutes, I was like, oh, they cooking. So it's like even the quote unquote worst episode that we've seen so far is still so entirely good.
If the Devil's Minion thing is actually legit, this is the best episode to me, because it to me now reconceptualizes everything that we've watched so far when it comes to Daniel Malloy and Armand. Now I do have to go back and watch everything because I want to see if there was sprinkles of this and that and the other between the two of them. So yeah, just if that is correct, I'm all in on that. But yeah, this was crazy. This was a crazy episode. All of it, all the relationships are nuts. The Daniel Malloy Armand relationship, nuts. New Claudia and Louis, nuts. Lestat and Gabriella, nuts. All of these people, insane. We got to get away from these people. Certifiable. Mari, tell us about some books. You got any book recommendation for our book readers?
Somebody actually recommended to me a book called Fat Vampire. It's like a young adult book, and it follows like a young boy who is accidentally turned into a vampire, and he's 15 and fat. So I heard it's like a comedy horror. I haven't been able to get to it yet, but if anybody else has heard of that book, let me know. I'll put it on my TBR to actually read.
Okay, and that's it for Interview with the Vampire Lestat episode 4. Let us know what you think. Let us know if we're crazy. Let us know if you liked it. Let us know if you loved it. But just let us know something in the comments. YouTube.com/@recapkickback. Or you can leave comments on Spotify. I think even Apple at this point you can. Leave us some 5-star reviews. We ain't got none of those in a while. What y'all doing? Just show some love. Show some love so other people can find. Let them find the podcast. Okay. Even if they think we wrong, I still want them to listen. And so do that. And then tune in next week for more of the Vampire Lestat. Until then, Mari, what are you working on in your neck of the woods?
Over on Crime Scene, me and Sarah Kading, like I said, we drop every Tuesday, and we just dropped our true crime roundup episode, where we just talk about a whole bunch of recommendations, like just a whole bunch of recommendations. We will be gone for the 4th of July week, but that is okay because we are we're bringing a episode from behind the paywall. We had an amazing discussion with Matt Scott about the TikTok killer documentary. I think it was like back in April. So we're bringing that from behind the paywall, and listeners will be able to listen to that while we're away for the holiday weekend. And then after that, Jason Reed will be joining us for Worst Neighbor Ever to continue his coverage with us on the Worst Ever series. And he's chasing you and Matt down, actually. Like, he's getting real close to y'all. So just
who fought that
out there.
I like the worst blank ever. I could have been I could come.
So just putting that out there. So we have a lot coming up for this summer for Crime Scene. So please make sure you're subscribed. Go to crimescenepod.com. That's crime, SEEN pod.com. There you can subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you feel so inclined to support me and Sarah, we would greatly appreciate it. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/crimescenepod, and you can just sling us a few bucks just to say, I like what you're doing. Sling us $1 or $2. Or you can become a member. Members get episodes early and ad-free. They also get said paywall episodes and different interviews and stuff like that. I think we have about 7 additional episodes behind the paywall with more to come. And you would get access to our monthly live recording. So every month we will be letting our Buy Me a Coffee supporters join us for one live episode, and Worst Neighbor Ever will be that live recording in July. So you'll get to watch us record, and you'll get to see us do all of our flubs, our craziness, everything you don't get to see because Sarah is a really good editor. So you'll get to see the outtakes basically. So just go and support us at buymeacoffee.com/crimescenepod. And of course, other than that, my cups, right?
Cups.
More cups. Yes. House of the Dragon, Heated Rivalry, right. And of course, our favorite, the Vampire Lestat. I also have Louis cups. I want to say I'm working on Armand. I'm not. If you want
Looks
Armand,
like
I can
Daniel
do it.
Armand cup might be what you need. Okay, the Darmond shippers are out there.
Maybe I'll put Devil's Minion on a cup with all these pictures of Daniel and Armand together. That sounds fun. If you want it, let me know. I can put anything on the cup. So yeah, so that's it. It's just been a fun summer so far. Big Brother is about to come and ruin our lives. So
ooh, I can't wait.
That's great.
Put it in my veins. Inject it into my veins.
How about you? What do you got going on, Chappell?
This recapkickback.com, youtube.com/@recapkickback, recapkickback.com/subscribe. Y'all know all the links. Y'all know where to find us. Tune in next week for more of the Vampire Lestat. Make sure you check out our other coverage as well. And we will be back to talk to you about more. Peace.
I've been trapped behind this wall, Maria. Isolated like it's North Korea. Smaller city with some bigger dreams. The wall is cracked, I'm looking in between it. The world is yours, but man, I gotta see it. They say it's hard, but man, I gotta see it. The air I'm breathing can't feel my chest. Wait on life, I wanna hold my breath. I'ma get in my goddamn self.
This episode is brought to you by Google Health. Stop chasing someone else's definition of health. What matters is what's healthy for you. Google Health offers a new kind of coach built with Gemini for effortless tracking, sleep insights, and holistic coaching tailored to you. Visit googlestore.com to learn more and start a new relationship with your health. Requires Google account, Google Health app, internet, and Google Health premium subscription. Features subject to change. Availability and results vary. Not intended for medical purposes. Works independently of Gemini apps. Check responses for accuracy.